It's an exciting day. It's really a cool room in that there's a lot of people that I've built relationships with over the last 9 years in this room here. And so to see all of you here right now, and of course our team is really a good day, like I said. I'm going to start out with, there's obviously some people I want to thank, and then I'm going to kind of finish on maybe my vision and what I can assist and talk about these two a little bit. But first off, 9+ years ago, I did this press conference thing, and all my kids were sitting here. They were all just graduating high school, so they grow up fast. Now they're all in college, or they're all out of college. They all got degrees from Iowa State, and they're working in the real world and probably watching this right now. But I want to thank my wife Penny and my kids for kind of taking that leap of faith when you got to move halfway across the country. That was a big deal, and it was a great move, and my kids, loved Iowa State while they were here. So we're Cyclones, and but I got to thank them first and foremost. My mom and my brother live in Ankeny, and they were great support when I got here. I didn't have a place to live, so I was back and forth to Ankeny all the time. So I know they're watching. I want a shout out to Robin Wilson and Derek St. John. They came from Virginia Tech and took that leap of faith with me. And I just knew how quality they were. I think Robin had worked for me for 1 year and Derek had worked for me for 2 years. So, you talk about two of the very best in the business. The continuity that these guys are going to be able to feel with these guys is amazing. And then our current staff here, I don't even want to mention because I'll leave somebody out, but you know who you are. You guys are in the room every day, whether you're CRTC or whether you're Iowa State, they seem to blend together. You guys, this staff is amazing. I need to also thank, this was my 4th gig. My first gig, I was a high school coach in Grundy, Virginia for 8 years, and then I was at Christiansburg, Virginia for 10 years. So I was a high school coach for 18 years. And I want to thank those two schools for giving me a shot back then at 25 years old. And then Virginia Tech, I got a chance to be at Virginia Tech for 11 years, and I want to thank them for all they did for me. And so now 9 at Iowa State. So if you're good at math, I've been around a while. And this was a dream job. So I got to thank Jamie for this. Jamie was a bulldog when the hiring process started. He pulled out all the stops, and when he wants to get something done, he gets it done. So I didn't really have much chance to say no back then. It's something I wanted to do, and it's a great move. And to get to be in this building and do what we got to do, and to see our athletes come up on this stage right here after big wins. I'm looking at them all, I'm looking at MJ, I'm looking at Younger, I'm looking at all the guys that got to sit in these seats here. That was a really cool part of this job. So the hundreds of fans and donors in our world, you have to have both. And a lot of them are both, fans and donors, and you know who you are. I probably owe you an apology first off, because when the story kind of got leaked a little bit last Friday, I had 200 text messages before I went to bed that night, 200. And this guy told me that I had to be quiet. He had me on a lockdown, which is hard for me to do. And so for all of you that I could not text back, that I love and you support us, I appreciate you, and I promise I'll get back to you, but I was kind of under a gag order. So, and then all the things that we get to do that we've created through the Cyclone RTC and Hire and Alley. I'm going to be on the trail. We've got golf events all over the summer. We've got events at the Flat Tire. We got a big event in Ankeny. All that's going to go on as normal. And so I look forward to seeing you all there. I know you all are going to want to beat me in the golf course, and I'm ready for that challenge. But we have a lot of fun in the summer, and we work really hard in the summer, and we'll continue to do that. And to my hundreds of former athletes out there, when you coach as long as I have, I've had a lot of my former athletes at all 3 institutions plus Iowa State reach out to me this week. Kind of wanted to know what the heck's going on, coach. So now you know what's going on. But I enjoyed it. And I've had dozens of great former coaches out there as well that are probably know a little bit about what's going on here. I've had some great staffs. I hired some great people at Grundy, Christiansburg, hired some great people at Virginia Tech, and been very fortunate. So, and then last, I want to thank this team. This is college sports is tough. We might as well just call it pro sports. Let's just call it what it is. And it's a transactional, it's very fast transactional. And I appreciate these guys here because a lot of these guys have gotten a lot of pressure. Everybody's trying to teach this generation that there's a shinier, new and better mousetrap out there. And it's maybe not the greatest culture of all, but what we've got in this room right now is a bunch of solid guys and a bunch of good wrestlers. So I know enough about this guy to my left that the product's gonna continue to be really good, and he's gonna work his tail off to beat every record that I ever put up, and I love that. So, so you're stuck with me for 3 more years. I went to Jamie last week and I said, what the hell does a director of wrestling operations do? I don't know exactly. He said, well, we'll figure it out. But I know I get to assist these 2 guys and girls here beside me. Brent Metcalf's wrestling reputation precedes him, but he's ready for this job. He's gonna have Derek St. John at his side. He's gonna have other coaches in this room at his side, but he is ready for this job. He's probably already figured out in the last 2.5 weeks how much different it is, but he's ready for this job. And then Allie's worked for me for the last 2.5 years. She's got a tireless work ethic. She's available 24/7, and that's what this job's about, really. When you're a head coach at a Division I level, you better be ready 24/7, and both of these people are that. So I'm excited about them. I'm excited about my job. I'm excited to get out and see the people that have supported us. We got a great thing going here, and I'll say go Cyclones one more time, probably more than once, but for today, one more time.